Okie dokie. So we are going to go over something called dynamic creative ads. I've been teaching you guys the way of split testing the old school way, where you just create the ad, you duplicate everything exactly the same, but you change the one variable. However, Facebook is now saying that that is not efficient because what can happen, I mean, it still will work, but there's a more efficient, better way, and they're pushing us to use it because their AI, their artificial intelligence that they have, is getting extremely, extremely smart. So the better way of doing testing, and it will actually save a ton of time as well because you can actually test multiple pieces at once rather than just one variable a week. So I'm going to walk you through that. Bear with me. I'm drinking my first coffee today. I know it's 1:20 p.m., but it is what it is. So we'll go create. And if this is going to be an example for a written story ad. So if it was a straight story ad, we'll walk through this and see what it looks like because this is going to be a new thing for me too. So if we do engagement, no, we don't want to do engagement because engagement sucks. This is going to be different because it's not going to be based off of a post on your page. This is going to be dark posts. So there's a bit of a difference with it. So best way to do it would be either messages or conversions to message if you're wanting to communicate with the lead directly. So if we said messages, and this is probably going to be best for you, Igor, rather than doing lead generation, because lead generation is actual emails. So if we go messages, and we can name it whatever. Test one. Story ad. So there's the create A/B split test. And is that what it is? Or is there actually dynamic creative somewhere? I think that's what it is. Yeah. So we go back and we'll go A/B split test. What do we want to test? Well, we want to test the creative. So yeah, this is exactly what it is. This is going to be the type of delivery. This is going to be the audience. So this is going to be your ad set testing of like age range, location, interests. And this is going to be placement as in like where on the platform. Is it suggested video? Is it in-stream video? Is it yada, 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 messenger. So we're going to go to creative. We'll go continue. And it's selected as creative still, so that's good. So in this case, it's going to be a send message button. So there won't be having to have the link in the write-up. So it'll be a click to messenger ad.
Should you explain what the creative is?
Yes, sure. The creative, we're gonna create the creatives right now. So a creative is the big pieces of real estate that I talked to you guys about that you want to test first. So the biggest piece of real estate is the actual photo itself, takes up the most amount of room in your ad on the news feed, or the video itself. So that's the first thing that we always test, and we usually do 4 variations of it and pick the winner and then move on from there. The next piece of the creative that we'll be able to test here at the same time is the actual copy. Is the actual headline, because the headline is what's the next big piece of real estate that takes up. And everyone sees the headline until they click the see more button. So we'll do 4 different variations of a headline, and then we'll do 4 different variations of a copy. So this is basically 12 different types of ads that'll be able to swap everything around. Yeah. So when we do this, we want the audience to be the same. This is going to be our variable that doesn't change. Okay. So if we do, say you're going to just do it pretty broad. We'll do Canada and United States. 21 would be the youngest I would ever go. and we'll say 21 to 45. Depending on your age range, pick the age range that's closest to you. If you are 45, pick 10 years on either side. Usually is the good rule of thumb. This is my broad that I test from and then test down to. I usually end up at 25 to 34. But this is good for hitting it open. You want all genders. And then as far as detailed targeting, just leave it. Just leave it open. You can save this audience if you want as just being the open split test audience. Very, very open. And then from there, you can leave automatic placements on. Yeah, I would just leave automatic placements on. Then later on down the road, you can test down to see if maybe phones work better than computers or whatever. But we'll just leave it open. And we're optimizing for replies. We don't have a choice to change that, but that's just how it's set up, so that's good. So this is where it can look scary, right? $348 daily budget. Because when this is in place, it's because it's testing 12 different variations at once. So if you were $5 a day, 12 different variations, I don't know what that equals. But Facebook is always trying to make you pay more money, right? 12 times 5 is 60. So reality is depending on what your budget is what you're going to be looking at here. Consider the idea that if you were to do a full split test and you were going to have test 4 different pictures, 4 different headlines, and 4 different pieces of copy, that's $60. That's $5 a day, and you'd be doing that 8 times, and that would be a total of 8 weeks. 8 weeks. So 2 months to figure out what's working best on your creative. You're going to be able to do that in a week. So you're crunching time like crazy, and Facebook is going to help you sort everything out. So think about it. You're going to have to figure out what your budget is. Personally, for me, I wouldn't be spending $348. What I would probably do is I wouldn't even worry about $5 a day per split. I would do something like $30 a day. The only difference that'll happen here, just so you guys are aware, see, and it'll say chance of finding a winner. It's going to say it's really low and say your estimated power, because they want you to be spending hundreds of dollars a day, right? So if we're playing it low like this, it's just going to take more time to do the test. So if we bump this up, we can say a week, right? It starts bringing the average up. Maybe if we want to, we're crunching the time. We're saying, it's on average it would take 8 weeks, but now if we do this in 2 weeks, we can do something like that, right? So that's to consider that. That's 30 times 14. It's going to be $420. It's a big test, but you're crunching a ton of time. So really weigh it out and think about the options behind it. If you are tight and you're at a place where you're like, you can only spend $5 a day because you set a budget of $150 a month and that is your absolute max, then put that in consideration, okay? If that's the case, then what you would be doing is, either doing a full 30-day test with it and putting $150 in there. Oh, that's daily. So we'll go lifetime. Right? You can do something like this too. So stick within your budget, but just consider, like, if your normal budget is going to be $150 a month and you're just setting that as a budget and it's not your max, then consider spending more because you're going to be crunching time like crazy and saving a ton of time for yourself. Okay, so just weigh that out for you, see where you're at. But what I'll do for this one, for me, I'm gonna do $30 a day.
You gotta go daily again.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Okay.
For a week. And Tyler Caldwell will probably have some training on this stuff too. But I'll just do something like this. So this is gonna end up costing me $210. Okay? So I'm crunching down my month's budget. Say I had a $200 budget. I'm doing that month's budget in a week, but I'm going to be able to get a ton of data from this. Next, I'm going to go continue. Add name A. So I'll say, yeah, even that, just leave it add A. Make sure that your proper page is picked. Single image or video. And then if it's a story ad with, and you're testing pictures, then you're going to stick with, obviously, images. And what you're going to do is you're going to upload images. So you'll want to either save images to your library, or if you go to browse library, you can pull them right off your page. So if you've had pictures posted on your page in the past, so I'm going to test this one. I wonder if I can pick a couple at a time. No. Okay, so I'm going to test this one. Continue. And see, this Facebook actually encourages you to turn pictures into videos just because you can retarget later. But if you're just sticking with a basic story ad, then stick with the basic picture. You can crop it to where you need it. See how it's setting up square for you? So it's setting it up to be the best as possible, right? Text amount. There's no text in here. Or you can set it up to be the original. Well, just go for square. Square is going to be the best.
And see, guys, I just want to point out, when Facebook says something, go back to horizontal. It said the text amount is okay. So when Facebook says something, don't be alarmed so much. It could just be a glitch. Go back to square and then change it.
See, all of a sudden it says text amount okay. Remember how it said text amount was high? We were just talking about this a second ago. It's okay. Like, if you see something and it says something weird, just click through it and and it'll probably change. Like, see, text amount low. What? Text amount okay. Text amount okay. How does it make any difference? Right? So, text amount.
So just play around with it. When you see something, just click through it. Don't get stumped on it. If you've tried absolutely everything, then
yeah,
reach out for sure.
Yeah, so see, okay, text amount medium. My ad reach may be lower, so if I just go like this. Okay, perfect. Sounds like this one's going to perform better. Apply the changes. And then from there, this is going to be my copy. So this is my copy. I do things online. Reach out to me now. So this is where you're going to have to spend your time and test a bunch of different stuff. So you're going to have to write out 4 different copies. Okay. You're going to have to write out 4 different headlines, and your headline's going to be down here. And you're going to be changing your pictures every time. Okay. So, sure, I'll leave connected messenger. From there, there's too much text in the head. Shut up. So I just get them to do a manual review. And then you can leave this template as it is, or you can change this if you really want to, if you really want to get finicky. Just don't go down rabbit holes, please, you guys. Don't think that one little tweak here is going to be the biggest change. You can create your own welcome experience and change it around however you want. But the reality is what you're testing for is to people to click on the button. Click on the button and send you a message. And if everything's the same on every ad, that's what's important for now when it comes to this. So if you really wanted to, you can click and change it, right? So it's going to say their first name. And then you could just, you could leave it just like that. And you could add one question or add more. The less, the better, right? But you can just leave it the same like this. Or I would cut it down to just 1 or 2 choices. So it just relieves creative burden. But for now, we're just going to leave it as it is, okay? So there we go. This is all done. I got a headline, I got a copy, and I would create the copies and create the headlines first and then get into this, so you're not sitting here stumped and having writer's block or some shit. Find the 4 pictures first before you get into this creative setup. And the reality is you don't, so keep this in mind too, guys. You don't have to do this by doing all of the headlines, all of the copies, and all of the pictures at once as well. So consider that too. Like, if you were like, in a case of like, I want to test 4 different pictures to see which picture works best, great. If you already have a headline, you already have copy, but you want to just see which one of the 4 pictures are going to work the best, then just do that. And then put that in consideration when you set up your budget. Now all you're going to do is you're just going to like, this is going to be the same text, the same headline. Only thing that's going to be different is the picture. Okay? So that's what you can do with this as well. So consider that. And that's going to, instead of being a 4-week test, you're down to a 1-week test. So if this was live, I would say, does that make sense? But I'm pretty sure that makes sense. Okay?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, let us know.
Let us know. So then we'll go to add B. So what we're going to do just because of the simplicity of that, of what I was getting at, I'm just going to show you how you're going to test just 4 different pictures. Okay? Because if I'm going to show you 4 different pictures and 4 different copies and 4 different headlines, it's going to take a while. Okay? So we'll do the same thing on this. So we'll go test another ad.
That's ad B. There you go.
Yeah. Test another ad. We're going to pick a new image. Yeah. Yeah, we can even just add more images, I guess.
But it'll probably be 2 images.
I wonder. I wonder. Okay, we'll just go change image. Pick another picture. We're going to use this one. Crop it. I see more text in this one than the last one, but anyway. So pick that one. And look, we got the same text. We got the same headline. Done. Everything's the same. So then from there, I can go test another ad. I'm going to make ad C.
And this is all going to go under the initial budget?
Yep. So we'll have ad C, and I'll change the image. And I'll do this one. Same text, same headline, same call to action button, same everything. Test another ad. Ad D, same thing. We're gonna do this one. There you go. Crop the image. It's already a 1x1. Perfect. See how much text is in this one. Oh, we're good. Good. Same text, same headline, same call to action. And then we're just going to go confirm. And that's going to fire it up. Okay? So in that case, for me, I would probably go back to my budget because I'm only testing the 4 pieces right now. I would take a look here and I would probably bump this budget down. So, yeah, you guys get it. Figure out what your budget is, set it up properly. Don't come in this and be like, oh shit, I gotta spend $600 a day and I only have a budget of like $200 a month. Just don't worry about that. Don't worry about this having to sit at 100%, okay? Just set up what's gonna work for you and just let it run a little bit longer. And as it's running, just take a look at it. Usually what will happen is the first 3 days, 4 days, you're not going to get very good data or very good results because it's just picking and choosing one at a time and delivering them as they go and adjusting the budget as it goes. So give it like 3 to 4 days at least before you even know if it's really working. But just pay attention to it. Jump in, take a look, see what's getting the better results, right? And just let it keep building and building until it's very clear which one is winning. Capiche? Capiche. There you go, guys. That's how you're going to use some dynamic creative to test different creatives all at once. and this way Facebook is going to help you with their algorithm. You're not going to have audience overlap. It's going to test it the most efficiently possible for you. Enjoy. Bye. Hopefully that wasn't too long. See you later.